Welcome to Silent Screams, Loud Strength, the podcast where we turn pain into power, silence into strength, and healing into a journey of self-discovery. I'm your host, Samantha Avril-Andreassen, and I am so grateful you are here with me today. Today's topic is episode 7, and it's Healing Your Inner Child, a journey to self-compassion. If you have ever felt unworthy, unseen, or stuck in a pattern of self-doubt, this episode is for you. The truth is, the wounds we carry from childhood don't just fade away with time. They do show up in our relationships, in our fears, in our need for validation. But the good news is, healing is possible. As I shared in Silent Screams, Loud Strength, I spent years feeling disconnected from myself, trying to prove my worth to others. It wasn't until I looked inward and embraced my inner child that I truly began to heal. So today we are diving into who your inner child is and why healing them is essential, how to reconnect with your little version of you who still needs love and validation, and some practical steps to begin the healing process and break free from your past wounds. This episode is all about learning to reparent yourself with love, compassion, and care that you deserve, and the care that you have not received and that you needed the most. So, healing your inner child, a journey to self-compassion. So, who is your inner child? Your inner child is a part that you carry, the experiences, the emotions, the beliefs from your early years. Some of these are beautiful: childlike wonder, curiosity, creativity. But for many of us, our inner child also holds pain, fear, and unmet needs. So the signs for an inner child that might be wounded are: you constantly seek validation from others. You feel unworthy of love, success, or happiness. You struggle with setting or reinforcing boundaries. You find yourself people-pleasing to avoid conflict. You experience deeper emotional triggers in relationships. You feel a sense of shame or guilt that you can't explain. I lived with these patterns for years without realizing that it wasn't my fault. There were echoes of my childhood, reflections of moments I was made to feel small and unimportant. Maybe you can relate. Maybe your inner child was silenced, overlooked, abandoned as well, or made to feel like you were not enough. But the truth is, you were always enough. You just weren't always given the love you deserved. So now let's break down how reconnecting with our inner child could potentially look like so that we can heal. We must first acknowledge and reconnect with your inner child. So how do we do that? We acknowledge the pain. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as a child. What emotions come up? What did you need to hear back then. Write a letter to your inner child. This is one of the most powerful exercises I've ever done. Write a letter from your adult self to your younger self. Tell them they are loved, safe, and never alone. Revisit childhood joys. Did you love to draw, to dance, to play outside? Bring those simple joys back into your life. Reconnect with what made you feel alive before the world we live in told you that you wouldn't be. So, practical steps for inner child meditation. Visualize meeting your younger self. Give them a hug. Tell them, I see you, I hear you, you are safe with me. I remember the first time I did this, I saw a little girl, my younger self, standing in the corner, afraid to speak. And for the first time, I reached out to her and said, you deserve to be heard, and you need not to be afraid anymore. I've got you. That moment changed everything. And this is one thing I do on my daily practice every day when I finish my yoga. I sit on my mat and I hug myself and I kiss my shoulders and I tell myself that I am fine and I am strong and I see you, I hear you, and you're safe and you're loved. So healing the wounds of the past. Many of us were raised in an environment where we weren't allowed to fully express our emotions. We were told, stop crying, don't be so sensitive, toughen up. So we learned to suppress our feelings, to shrink ourselves to believe that our emotions were a burden. But healing means giving yourself permission to feel what you never felt and how you never felt safe enough to express yourself in those moments. If you were not allowed to cry as a child, allow yourself to cry now. If you were taught that your needs didn't matter, start prioritizing those needs now. If you were made to believe that love had to be earned, remind yourself that you're already worthy of love, just as you are. Journal your prompts, journal them down, the prompts or things that come up. But I can give you a little bit of a prompt today that may be useful for you. Like, what was a painful childhood memory that shaped the way I see myself today? What was it? How can you offer that younger version of yourself love and validation now? So, in silent screams, loud strength, I spent years questioning my worth, trying to prove I was lovable. It wasn't until I looked within and I started nurturing my inner child that I finally felt whole again. And if you were ever felt unworthy, unloved, unseen, this is an invitation to you to start healing and knowing that you're worthy. So, let's explore breaking generational cycles. Healing your inner child isn't just about you. It's about breaking the cycles that have been passed down through generations. If you were a child, if you have children, be mindful how you respond to their emotions now. Give them validation. The validation that they deserve to receive. If you grew up in silence, choose to speak up and share your story. If your love was given on condition, if it was conditional love in the past, practice unconditional love to yourself now. In the little voice that wrote, I wrote about giving children the tools to use their voice and to listen to their gut, because I know what it's like to grow up feeling powerless. But here is the truth. It's never too late to reclaim your voice. Healing your inner self, your inner child, doesn't mean rewriting your past. It means claiming your future. So start claiming it now. Healing your inner child is a journey, not a destination. Some days will be easier than others, but every step you take towards freedom is a step towards healing. So always remember these three things. Your inner child is still within you, waiting to be seen, to be heard, to be loved. Healing starts with self-compassion, to be kind to yourself as you would to be a child. The past may have shaped you, but it doesn't define you. You are worthy of love, healing, and happiness. So ask yourself this. What did my inner child need to hear? How can I show myself more compassion today? What small steps can I take to heal? I will just give you a little final affirmation to always remember. Start with I am. It's always I am, and make it powerful. I am safe. I am loved. I am healing. You need to remember to affirm with I am safe. I am loved. I am healing. Thank you for joining me today. And thank you for joining me in this journey today. In this episode, it's been about healing your inner child. And if this episode resonated with you today, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Send me a message, share this episode, review it, and know and remember, healing is possible and you are never alone. Until next time, keep choosing yourself. You deserve it. And if you have enjoyed this episode, share it and subscribe. And don't forget to leave me a review. But you can also connect with me on social media. Your healing journey is just the beginning. And I'm honored to walk this path with you. Thank you. And bye.